Get this, weekdays on the Triple M network and KOFM in Newcastle. Myself, Tony Martin, that'd be Radio Z Cavalry.
A lot of mouse trouble.
Are you having mouse trouble?
Yeah, but luckily...
Yeah, well, I'm here to help you out with that.
Scott Edgar's here.
I can help you out with mouse trouble.
Luckily, we got a nerd, Tone. I was up on our site trying to see how many albums we got left. And I was fighting a losing battle with the
I can
mouse.
see it a mile away, mate.
Yeah.
The desks here, they're shiny. Doesn't go well with mouseness. Yeah, so,
Scott's just handed me a flat, matted surface.
which I keep a few of in my bag.
He does a few mouse pads, and you should have seen me gliding across the screen, Tone.
We've always got computer trouble. Hey, you mentioned our album.
Yeah.
Tripod have done, I think, 87 albums in the last year. How
88,
many?
Tony, do your research, mate.
Where are you up to? Have you done... Is it 8?
Well, it depends if you count our special Christmas single of 1998.
Oh, okay.
I think that we had 2 come back from the factory yesterday, True Dinks.
2 more
Yeah,
albums.
brings
So
us
one
up to
album
10,
for
I think.
Christmas isn't enough.
Not enough. Well,
These
one's...
are fantastic covers.
Oh, thanks, mate. I did the covers myself. I'm hoping for an aria for graphic design.
That'd be good.
Oh, me and Mick Malloy, the only thing we're really bitter about is that we never got best cover art. Poop Shoot.
Do you remember when
remember.
when Regurgitator won for Unit? And the cover was just a silver background and a blue square.
Yeah, well, Poop Shoot was as good as that.
What was Poop Shoot?
Poop Shoot was a beautiful maroon burgundy
Oh, it was brown, wasn't it?
No, that was the Brown album.
Oh, excuse me.
Another constant. There was no award nominations at all for that. We spent
Excuse
so
me.
long choosing the tone of brown.
Yeah.
No, Poop Shoot was a sort of curtains, beautiful billowing velvet burgundy curtains, and then the words Poop Shoot written in the poshest possible font. Nothing. Not even a nomination.
It's a toughly contested category.
But hang on, you say you do. So this beautiful illustration is you. Are you some kind of cartoonist,
I'm
Scott?
some sort of, closet cartoonist. That's right. I sit
great.
at home drawing pictures. Yeah, I know that sets me apart.
So why two?
Songs from Self-Sourcing. That's the album that's going to be out in shops. That's a live album,
Right.
which we're very proud of. And the other one is called Perfectly Good Songs, and that's a compilation of songs that we've written that we're really proud of that no one's ever laughed at.
Right.
So it's kind of a vanity project, I suppose you could say. And you can't get that in shops. That's just on the website.
And this is all new material?
Well, that's stuff that was in our show this year.
Wow.
So, from April. Yeah, so it's all kind of new this year.
Theme from MASH Guy.
Yeah, which is topical, isn't it? Poor old Robert Altman shuffled off.
Oh, isn't that terrible?
Yeah.
He was amazing, Robert Altman. You get
He
out his
certainly was.
movies, and they're all in widescreen. How nerdish is this? You've got to see them in the full widescreen. There's nobody who's worse served by television.
Pan and scan.
By pan and scan.
Yeah.
There's a film of his called California Split with Elliot Gould and George Segar. It's a great movie.
What's it about? I've never seen. I didn't know anything about it.
Two blokes on the loose in Vegas.
Yeah.
Try and watch it on TV. You cannot tell
So it
what's
looks like one bloke on the loose in
cannot
Vegas.
see what's going on.
Who is he talking to?
Because
Who is he talking to?
He has people on the edge of frame talking.
Yeah.
So you watch California Split and there'll just be a shot of a lamp for like about 10 minutes. And you go, where's that is that voice coming from another channel? Where's that? And then I find it's out on DVD in the States in the full rack, and fantastic movie.
Really?
A true auteur.
What about Nashville? Is that not one of the
Great
greatest?
movie.
Can you get it on DVD in this country?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
You cannot get it. You cannot get Nashville. You can get She's Out of Control with Tony Danza.
You can.
Beautifully
I've seen it.
remastered.
Amazing.
King Ralph.
Some of Dance's best work.
Anaconda 2.
Is that a Robert Altman film? Anaconda 2.
If it was, it wouldn't be out here.
Right, of course.
You cannot get shortcuts.
You can get The Wizard of Speed and Time.
Can you get the player?
Nobody knew what I was
There
talking
was-
I know
about.
who was,
No.
yeah, that was on video. That was actually
yeah.
a bloke in a a green cloak.
Yeah. Doing
And-
stop motion to save the world.
Stop motion animation with a real person. That's
Why haven't I
always
heard
good,
of
isn't
that?
it?
Yeah.
The Wizard of Speed and Time. This was seminal for you, was it, Ed?
Oh, look at me. Look at me. Is it clear?
But
Does
what?
the cloak give it away?
What does Robert Altman have to do to get Nashville to come out on DVD in Australia? Die? Will it happen now?
Oh, maybe, Tone.
Some sort of box set.
Maybe.
Get
maybe
out.
if you faked your death,
Yeah.
Bargearse might come out.
Oh, because I've been pushing for that for so long.
I know you have.
And that's got multiple layered audio,
Does
Yeah.
it?
overlapping dialogue as well.
And Panascan doesn't do it justice either.
Often the voices go over the fart sound effects. That's very Altman-esque.
Yeah, very old, but
How do we get here? But no, that's go and rent an Altman movie this weekend. Get out The Long Goodbye.
yeah, okay.
With you love cats, Ed?
Do I?
Opening scene of The Long Goodbye.
Yeah.
Elliot Gould trying to feed a cat for 9 minutes. Would you think that would be interesting?
Yes.
It's a brilliant scene. It's
No,
where
I've seen Gould try and feed a cat live. It's incredible.
Does it on
put a
stage?
Duna cover on once on Hey Hey It's Saturday.
Right.
Seriously, I always associate, whenever I put a Duna cover on, I think of Elliot Gould doing it on Hey Hey It's Saturday. That's where I learnt to do
That's
it.
a good segment. What about Duna covering with the stars? That'd be good.
Well, they all have different
There's a
techniques.
show in that. There's a show in that.
You can just tell the ones that have someone do it for them. Elliot
Oh,
Gould
that's
obviously
right.
does it for himself, which is why...
Because he's got the hand in the corner.
no,
and
the corner. It's all about the corners.
shaking and
Yeah.
stuff.
Kim Jong-il, though,
Oh,
gets one
his
of the doubles and needs to do it. What are we talking about? Is this still going to
No
air?
idea.
Tripod
No
have
idea.
2 albums out. That is
That's
fantastic.
right. Yeah.
We have an album. It's called Illegal Download. You're on it, Scott.
I know, I just got my copy this morning. Yeah.
Well, it's one of the last remaining copies because we only stamped 1,000.
Do you know how
We
many
thought-
are left, Tone?
How many left?
184, brother.
184.
We're just giving them away.
Do you want to
listeners.
start watching eBay for that? They're going to start.
Really?
Yeah,
You
oh,
think
yeah.
that'll happen?
Oh, yeah.
No one's got. People have got like virginity and friendships to buy. They don't want to
I'm
waste their
just
money
saying,
on our
don't
album.
rule it out, Ed. It
All right.
might happen. You
All
might, you know.
But
might,
how's the
I'm
way
into it.
we didn't actually tell people how to get one? We just said we've got them.
Oh, yeah.
And we said, you can call into Talkback Mountain.
yeah.
And we went, if we say email in, then we'll just get 1,000 emails on the first day and they'll all be gone. So we just left people to kind of work out what we wanted.
And what did you want?
And it's like, well, to be sucked up to,
It's working.
to be loved.
Someone
Nice.
sent me a
You know.
little pack that had table tennis balls,
Yeah.
a little packet of whiskers,
Yeah.
like a little cat toy.
You see how insecure we are, Scott?
Wow.
We
Yeah.
need this kind
And
of
that guy there
affirmation.
getting one.
Well, I like you promoting the barter system, bringing it back in.
Oh,
You know,
maybe Tripod could bring out an album.
Yeah.
You could only get on the website that you barter for.
Yeah. No money will be accepted.
No.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I'm sure our
Do
management
you need
would
a
like
new
that
manager?
plan.
Seriously, because I'm available. All right, I'll take
We
you to the
have
top.
no management at all, so hence our album. How much have we spent on postage? It's nearly broken the Austereo Bank in posting them out. But who was the guy who made a film of Passiona High?
Nick.
He is a genius.
Nick is Nick's a Category 1 genius.
Yeah, it's a 4-minute trailer for Passiona High. It's on YouTube, and then it ends with "Send me an illegal download."
Yeah,
That's great. All right, so 184 left.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, so people's offers are going to have to start getting a little bit competitive.
Do you,
with each
do you reckon
other.
we should up the ante a bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
That's a good idea.
Because we were just at one point we were just giving them to anyone who asked.
Now let's get some barter happening. I think Scott's right.
Yeah.
I think it's time for some barter.
Yeah, well, let's prepare for a post-apocalyptic world, where money has no meaning anymore.
That's
A post-apocalyptic world. It's all coming, yes. The post-apocalyptic future.
Which brings us to Dobbin and
music
Nerd.
variety.
No, well, obviously, because, icebergs are massing. Have you noticed that?
Oh, yeah.
And
They're massing?
Yeah, icebergs are massing off the coast of New Zealand.
Yeah,
It was just
massing.
a couple of them a week ago. It was a
Right.
bit of fun, and people from, lifestyle shows were
Yeah.
parachuting down onto them.
Yeah.
Now they're swarming.
It's looking like an invasion.
It's an invasion. They're coming over here, taking the jobs of local icebergs. They're not
Stealing
assimilated.
our women.
It's weird. Icebergs are surrounding New Zealand.
Yeah.
What are they up to? What is their
I
plan?
don't know. Make it a
Okay.
bit colder.
Is that the sign of the apocalypse?
I think
think
it's
so.
definitely part of the sign of the apocalypse.
I'd be disappointed if it ended up being icebergs, to be honest. Slow-moving icebergs down the main street, sort of nudging me coldly. Well, all right, I'll go. Jeez.
There's water
More
restrictions here,
fire
pal.
and brimstone, actually.
We got water restrictions. Get out!
Wait on, water restrictions, icebergs. Hang on,
Oh.
just a minute here. Just a Bunsen burner and a couple of icebergs.
Everyone's sorted.
Sweet.
Good ideas, plenty of them. That's what this program's about. We were looking for a good John Howard theme tune.
Well, what about that cartoon man that always gets in trouble, Mr. Magoo? That
Oh,
surely that. I mean, he had a
yes.
good theme, didn't he?
Yeah, it was
So?
a bit sort of thinned out. We want something with it because it's got that 50s mono sort of tone to it. We want
yeah,
something with
yeah.
a bit of grunt like the Beasley theme we have.
Yeah.
Don't you love that, Scott?
What?
Wasn't that a great explanation? You guys are such nerds. Just then Tone goes, well, the
It's a
problem
bit
with
thinned out, a little bit more.
Yeah, problem
I
with-
knew exactly what
problem
he was
with
talking
Mr.
about.
Magoo. Keep in mind, people, we're not talking about a song. We're talking about a theme from a cartoon here.
A man that just went through his internal teledex of cartoon themes
Why aren't
and
they
picked out an
talking?
opinion on that one.
Why Why are they talking about Thorpe or the Barmy Army or something normal for once on that show?
What about the theme from the Captain America cartoon when Captain America throws his mighty shield? Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I just
Little bit
Howard
mono?
with a mighty shield.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
not
it's Captain
picturing
America.
What was
though.
Captain Planets, Rich? Did you watch Captain Planet?
No, I didn't get into that. Was that on Cartoon Connection in the
Yeah,
morning?
no. So it was your James Valentine work in the afternoon, the ABC.
The afternoon show.
Yeah.
See, what you would find hard to believe is that Marsland has this incredibly hot girlfriend. Ed Cavalier's going out with this international observer
Yeah, well.
who's very... if I can use this sound effect to avoid crudity. And yeah, what do? We sit around and talk about what was the Captain America thing.
Rich, can you cue up, just when you get a chance, can you cue up the actual...
Oh, the
please?
slide whistle.
Slide whistle.
I reckon tone's better. I reckon live T. Martin slide whistle's going to...
Battle of the slide whistles. What other show is bringing in other people giving away a house?
Here we go. Okay, here we go. Now, listeners, I'm not going to... Okay, here goes number 1.
Yeah, well, that's
Okay.
clearly not me.
No, but now here's number 2.
Yeah. See,
A little bit
Yeah,
mono,
yeah.
a little bit mono,
A little bit mono,
thinned out.
thinned out, peaking in the right channel. What did we settle on for the best Howard theme so far? The one that's the most popular? Yeah, hit it. Have you got that one?
That's a country that's going places.
Australia on the move. That's the Postman Pat theme. And I mentioned that Barmy Army. What do you make of them, Ed? I don't
Not
follow
sure.
the cricket. Are they respected?
It's a lot of guys coming out to Australia for 4 months to just sort of yell at other guys, you know, and I'm just, like, it's, you know...
And they're suffering from the same thing we are.
Which is?
Music rights issues.
Oh, are they?
Really?
Yeah, we have a lot of music rights issues because
We've got a lot in common with them then.
yeah, we can't put any of our Nick Kershaw tributes on
No.
our website.
Not for money, anyway. Can't profit of them.
We can't put the synthesizer
Oh,
Stedford on our website because of music rights issues. But what's going on? What's their theme song? Robbie Williams or something? And,
Oh, is it?
and finally,
I
the
thought-
record company said, yes, you can
Yeah.
Sing it.
Yeah.
You can't stop people singing something in public, can you?
Well, yeah, it's mental, isn't it? I mean, the Big Brother people, they weren't allowed to sing any songs off the radio in their time in the house. Yeah.
That's the rule why they're not allowed to sing, because it's basically a way of dressing up that we can't afford the rights to song
Wait a
lyrics.
second. So I can't go on Big Brother and pretend that
sing-
the bench is a synthesizer and that the microwave is a second synthesizer
And be
crack
Alicia
out,
Keys.
Yeah, or crack out. Wouldn't it be good?
No,
I'm not allowed to do that.
No.
I'm afraid
Banned.
not. Too bad.
So is it because
Unbelievable.
the Barmy lot might end up on the news? Is that why?
Oh.
I don't know. Because surely if it's news, it's like, actual life documentary footage. You can't not
Well,
show
I don't
that.
think there is a good reason if that's what you're looking for.
Maybe
Yeah.
they're just really bad.
Thankfully, it's gotten less nerdy now that we're worrying
Yeah.
about music issues, rights.
I got a
Sports
nerdy
fans.
lookalike for you.
Yeah. What do you got?
My wife got one last night.
What do you got?
How nerdy is this? We're watching now remastered for DVD Police Squad, the original TV series.
I got it yesterday.
He got it yesterday. Welcome aboard.
Oh, man, it's great.
It is great.
Was
Sorry.
was the girlfriend impressed with that, Rich?
Oh, the commentaries by the Zucker brothers are always hilarious.
really got
There
it
you
going.
go. Is anyone still listening?
You guys.
It's the TV show that the Naked Gun movies were taken from.
Yeah.
Hysterical.
In the movies, Nordberg, disturbingly played by O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
But in the TV series, Ed Cavalier. I swear to you.
What?
You'll spot it. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The
yeah.
TV Nordberg is,
Really?
I reckon, the best lookalike yet for you. It's this big, tall, sort of square-jawed bloke.
No, you were going to say funny looking. So stick with it, all right?
no.
I worked hard for this funny head.
Is that right? Nordberg. It's
Yeah.
very Nordberg. The hair that you have in the KFC ad.
Yeah.
is very-
Stop. It's not.
so
all right?
Nordberg.
You know that's not my hair. It's digitally enhanced. Have you noticed that in hair commercials these days for like Pantene? The hair is digital.
Is it really?
Is it?
Oh, yeah, it's digital hair.
I quite like that one with the bikie. Have you seen that ad about the shampoo and
Oh,
there's
yeah,
someone
that's
running
right.
along with beautiful
Yeah.
bouncing hair and it's a bikie? That appeals to me for some reason.
Really? Okay, we'll run you off a copy. Hey, I mentioned O.J. Simpson, and they've put
dear.
the kibosh on that
Yeah,
book.
the book.
Yeah, can't imagine why.
When Bill O'Reilly has the moral high ground, you know something's wrong.
Deep trouble.
If I had done the murder, this is how I might have done it.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
And he spent so long trying to find those real killers, too. He has scoured every golf course in Florida, and there is no sign of them.
They'll show. Eventually, they'll slip up.
They're one step ahead of him at every turn.
You know you're in a room full of nerds when this is the discussion you're having during the ad breaks. Yeah, apparently Sheena Easton does voices for video games. How do you know that, Scott?
Because I've played the video game.
There we go.
Yeah, there's a romance subplot with her character. Yeah, I never quite took off for me. I didn't know which options to select in the conversation.
It's the game called Morning Train. Dear, oh dear. A lot of people are wondering, because, I don't know if you've been following this story. I think The Nation has. That Ed's flatmate went on a first date
Yeah.
to see Short Bus.
See Short Bus. Now, what do you know about Short Bus, Scott?
Short Bus, nothing. Ed?
Rich.
I only know what you've told me.
Yeah.
Okay, opening scene.
Yeah.
A man desperate to try and help himself out.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Don't
Yeah,
say any more.
Okay,
Gotcha.
and then it's just sort of woo from
Down
there.
from
It's slide whistle from there.
But it's all for real.
Yeah, it's all for real.
All right.
Maybe it's a pretty bold move, first date.
And I said, how'd your date go? And he goes, yeah, pretty good. And I was like, what happened? What happened? I was like, no, we had a nice time. Yeah, it's good. And I said, so what did you think of Short Bus? And he goes, oh, well, when you described the first scene, I thought you were joking. And you clearly weren't.
Take Ed seriously. That's the message.
Ed is also, a number of disciplines he's attempting to master. Breakdancing.
Breakdancing.
Really?
Had one class.
How's it going?
I kicked someone in the head by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to create blood noses as part of your dancing
I
career.
don't think
They got served, though.
Yeah.
hulking and 7 foot tall. That's not the ideal build for breakdancing.
That's
Well,
what
it's
they
an
say.
angle.
Yeah. Yes.
Windows get broken.
Yeah.
But now yoga. What are you doing?
Bikram yesterday. My friend Suze is a Bikram yoga teacher. The Observer said, "Let's go and let's Bikram." And I said, "John, do you want to come?" We said, "Yeah, let's go." It's 40 degrees in there. Like it's actually 40
Oh, that's the
inside.
hot one.
It is. Oh my goodness, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I've never sweat so much in my life, and I've never been so bad at something either. Scott, you're meant to be able to lie on the ground.
Yeah, I avoid physical activities,
But so there are people who can grab their feet
Yeah.
from behind them.
No.
Yeah, and just put them back over their head and just walk out of the room. Walk home that way.
Off to a job interview.
Yeah, well,
Actually, Bikram yoga would be very useful for if you were attempting to copy the opening scene from Short Bus.
was there actually?
Hey, he's thinking about it now.
That's absolutely right. And
There'll be a run on yoga classes.
Yeah.
well, at one point, as Susanna, my friend who's the teacher, goes, "All right, everyone, this next pose is designed to really stretch out the organs and the bones." Stretch out the bones, Suze.
So you going back?
No, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of an. I'm hooked now.
Well-
I threw up halfway through the class. I was
But in a very peaceful way.
because I was so bad at it, and I came back in and I was like, "What is that?" And I smelt my arm, and I was sweating casserole.
Wow.
My sweat smelled like Irish stew.
That's really, the ladies love that.
Purge that casserole.
Now, look, my wife is a yoga teacher.
Oh.
She, that's not her main job, but she works in the film industry, so you have to have
You gotta
another
have-
job
yeah.
to fall back on. And she's the opposing code to Bikram yoga.
Is she
Yeah.
the one where it's ice cold?
Gets very competitive.
It does it. Yeah, really.
And I've tried to. She tries to get me to do the sort of routines with it, but she doesn't like the way I try to come up with more user-friendly names for the position. They have the asana, the asana, and I'm going, well, look, the best way to remember this is up the asana. Look at how you're sitting. Clearly up the asana.
I think you're gone the moment you refer to them as routines.
Routines. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's not jazzercise, Tone.
It should be. It's
mystical.
How's this for living in a weird household? Because then my wife's dad, he's a Tai Chi master.
Okay.
So there's a bit of kind of, I
Okay.
guess you could call it peaceful rivalry.
Yeah.
Because he'll come round and I'll go, I've been doing some of the yoga, did a bit of asana work last night for the yoga moves, and he'll go, oh, right, okay. So you didn't look at that Tai Chi video I left around here that time?
Weeping Willow stance not good enough for you.
I think
huh?
was he an intimidating father-in-law to have to impress? at the start?
It's just very kind of, have they got swords? In yoga? There's no swords in yoga, is there? We've got swords. Okay, but fine, if that's the way you want to go. We're way more serene than them. Way more peaceful. So good luck with that.
Yeah, look, every now and again, someone up the front who I reckon I'm going to get an X-ray and be found out. I think my insides are made out of Meccano.
Yeah.
You know that metal Lego that doesn't bend. There's some people in there, Rich. What's going on? They can literally fold them. They can just fold themselves away and post themselves places. They could get into a post pack if they needed to. I saw one girl sort of just fold herself away, and another girl just put her in a laptop bag and carried her out of there.
That'd get you a copy of Illegal Download. Post yourself in.
You're definitely going back, aren't you?
Yes.
The show's not nerdy enough for my liking. Let's get up the mountain. Last time Scott was here, we dragged him into Dobbin and Nerd, and we thought, and won't get many callers. And the phones just blew up.
Amazing.
The other day on air with Marty Sheargold, I started talking about Goldeneye, N64 Goldeneye, and you go again, you're going, are we going to lose everyone? No. Yeah. I've never got as many emails. Look at how many emails people have sent in. Gareth writes, best game, finish every level without being detected using only a sniper rifle. Alternately, using only the petrol ammo dumps to kill the guys, exclude some levels for advanced players only.
Tony is speculating about the voice.
I know.
You
Cruel
are,
and unnecessary.
You are.
It's like a nerdish version of Media Watch.
Come on. Give him a normal voice.
All
Make
right.
this one sexy.
Okay,
Yeah,
Treen says...
Yeah, let's have this one sexy.
You're forgetting about multiplayer.
Oh,
And when you play with Oddjob,
hang on.
well, when you run out of ammo, just go for the hand slap battle. Yeah. You'll be swinging at air or getting severely beaten plums.
Hello! See what he's saying? Because we were saying Odd Job, he's a fatter target.
Fatty.
So you wouldn't want to be him. But he's shorter. So he can go you in the nads.
Gotcha.
Throw you in the net.
I mean, in video game years,
Throw you in the
GoldenEye's going
nads.
back a bit.
Yeah, now, because it is. It's retro.
Yeah,
it's
well, and
all
it
over-
survived well.
Yeah. But it's one of those classics.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't go away. Classics.
Well, I'm a nerd, Tone, and I try to drag myself out of it. I said to the I'm trying to impress the Observer, who's here from Canada, and I said, all right, we'll go to a show, a theatre show. And there was one on that was on in Melbourne, and we went down to the theatre, and it was sort of a comedy based around Aussie history, and Eddie Perfect's in it. Eddie's choice.
Yep.
Yeah, he is.
No Franklin's here.
Nearly
No
a
Franklin's
Franklin.
here. Anyway, we're halfway. I'm thinking, we're doing well here. It's all about Aussie. We're learning stuff. We're having a laugh. Ed's looking good here. And there's one character played by Francis Greenslade who's an emu,
Yep.
and another one who's a wallaby. And they're sort of doing some Aussie banter, and everyone's laughing, blah blah blah. And halfway through, she leans in and she goes, "Why is that ostrich talking to that rat?"
And your answer?
Let's go.
And then you told me off air that your flatmate John took you for a drive past Steve Vizard's house yesterday.
He did. Yeah, it's the house that Don't
say it.
Thanks for the material.
Don't
Bill.
say it.
I didn't say it.
Could you, if you stop and wind down the window, you can just faintly hear the sound of shredding machines.
There we go.
It's a great fun. Down in the West Wing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty nerdish, I guess. I mean, Scott, do you really need to present your credentials here?
I don't specifically. Let's just say that Sunday I took about an hour off in the middle of my Dungeons and Dragons session to go and play at a school fete in my bluegrass country band.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know. That's kind of nerdy.
Yeah, I think you might be. Yeah, I think you.
And then went back to D&D.
There we go.
And how do the other members of Tripod feel about your solo project?
Oh, about the side project.
Yeah, how does that go down?
It's. I think they're pretty good about it. I haven't really, being sort of male and not good at talking about stuff. I haven't really actually cross-examined them on their exact feelings, but they've come along to gigs and enjoyed it.
Heckled?
And everything. Not heckled, no. But we did get a heckler at a pub gig the other day in Fitzroy. It was a pretty small gig, just a front bar sort of thing. It was only about 10 people, and there was a couple of people there, and this one particular chick was kind of drunk and kind of heckly, which is fine, but she was being really specific about my mic technique, which really kind of threw me off. Like, they were really specific heckles. Stand back about 20 centimetres. Sing out.
You lose a couple of DBs in the left channel. What do? You're peaking? Yeah.
That plus swearing. It was very odd.
I guess that's fairly nerdish.
Yeah.
Here's an email from Daniel Ruggieri.
Did you know that Boris is actually the toughest character in multiplayer? An actual test was conducted to find out which character could take the most hits. And Boris could take more hits than anyone else in the game.
An actual test.
Where was the test?
On the internet, Ed.
Try it out, Tony. Now you'll be unbeatable with this knowledge.
See the nerds. They're slipping me info.
Boris, what kind of actual test? I need an update on where this test was conducted.
I'm seeing two nerds in a wind tunnel trying to play Goldeneye. Okay, and just look, obviously we haven't talked DVDs, and normally we do that.
What?
Well, you know.
That's what we do.
DVD Talk is
okay.
a fantastic website based in the States. And, this is how, okay. See if you can top this for nerdishness.
What, top a man who's printed out pages from a DVD website?
Yeah.
Best of luck.
I actually look forward to, there's a site called The Digital Bits.
Yeah.
That's a great website. You know that one, Mr. Master?
No, I haven't seen it. No.
I look forward to the day every 2 months when they print all the new covers of the upcoming releases.
That's it.
Ooh,
Can you top
that's
that?
a big day.
Like, I'll sit down, you know, bit of a drink happening, snacks. Let's see the new cover art. And I look forward to that. See, Ed, you've given up. You can't top me now.
How's your MySpace cred going? You enjoying that?
I don't have MySpace.
Don't you?
I'm too old for that.
153 friends.
There you go. Now you're back on the board.
Should we be mates? Let's be friends.
All right,
You
I'm
and
into
me.
that.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, we've been agonising in Tripod about whether to okay friends if their photo involves two people,
No.
and one's hotter and one's not as hot.
no.
Like, who is it? Which one is it?
That's true.
Yeah, is it the hot one who's trying to say, look at me, and how I'm
check me
prepared
out.
to hang out with not hot people, which makes me a good
I see what you
person.
mean.
Or is it the not hot person going, I've got hot friends?
Yeah.
It's very complicated.
It is.
Here's what
Risky.
I found. Trawling the DVD websites.
Yeah.
Is this the saddest DVD ever released? Playboy's Girls of McDonald's.
Is that out yet?
Oh, wow.
What?
It's like
Are they all sort of slightly overweight and a little bit pasty?
the actual staff members, the feature. It's one of these, soft porn deals.
Yeah.
6 different McDonald's employees in the buff.
At the restaurant
Yeah.
serving?
Not near the fryer.
The girls' photo shoots have them posing in attire similar to McDonald's. Because they can't. Well, they
You
can
know,
say
that-
McDonald's, but there's some legal issues.
Okay. So
Posing with props like fast food, French fries, and drink cups that have the Playboy logo.
a drink cup. Ow.
Wow.
Fantastic.
You'll be, look, I can't read out any of the rest.
No.
Look at the cover.
You-
There's just like a woman in a bikini just seductively holding a McDonald's shake between her breasts.
It must be
Gulp
nice
of
to live in.
Sprite.
It must be nice to live in America during the cultural golden age they're going through, mustn't it?
New Renaissance,
I
they're
hope they're
calling it.
enjoying it.
Yeah,
whilst it
I
lasts.
agree. I hope they understand.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember there was Mark Twain's Huckleberries then, and then a few years after that, Playboy's Girls of McDonald's was the golden
I
age.
say.
Before we go to the callers, Mr. Marsland, what are you bringing to the table?
Oh, yeah.
I went to see The Prestige yesterday, which is it's a great film, actually, really cool. It's about these competing magicians, stealing each other's tricks, and there's murder involved and what have you. And it's made by the guys who did Memento. And there's a rather important scene involving a cat, and the cat runs off screen, and then you hear the cat fighting, and I'm listening to the cat fighting, and I'm thinking, that's the sound effect for Blimpy, the lactose intolerant cat.
And it's the same one?
It's exactly the same one. because I think it's either from, and then I was trying to get even nerdier, thinking if it was from Hollywood Edge. Or,
Hollywood Edge series, it would be.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
See, you know you're in the company of nerds when they're spotting sound effects from movies.
Look, I was sold on your nerd credentials by your body language when you said it's a great film.
Yeah.
The fists came up.
No,
The
but I
thin
know.
wrists. I mean, I reckon.
No, I know what he means. You're going like you're making $100 million film. Make some sound effects.
Yeah.
Don't just get them off a record. It's like the Nutty Professor. All the farts. They're off the Hollywood Edge, Volume 13.
Outrageous.
The same one they used to use on Hey Hey It's Saturday.
So we're talking recent Nutty Professor.
No,
not original.
there was no farting in 1963. Not even in the real world. It was banned. But in the Eddie Murphy one, you're going,
Record some farts.
make your own farts,
Guys,
guys.
Foley.
Make an effort.
Yeah.
Some Foley going.
Let's
on,
go to
on
the...
a sidebar there. Tony knew the exact year of the original Nutty Professor
Yes,
film.
he did.
I hope it was 63.
Yeah.
It'll be trouble.
Are we ringing in?
Who have we
Hi,
got?
Nicholas.
Okay. My mate and I were in a comics war for a while. We had to see who could collect the most comics. What makes him a nerdier nerd is the fact that he cut out the Hagar comics, the Snake Tales comics, the Garfield comics, and he rearranged them and made his own stories in his own separate comic books.
Well, and where were you going wrong? Like, what was your best achievement?
Oh, I've got every single episode of the Dragon Ball Z comics.
Oh, Nicholas!
Well done, sir.
That man gets an album.
He does. Hello, Stuart. How are you?
Hello, good.
Tell us your credentials, brother.
I've become a real editor of, been editing Wikipedia for good, not evil. Not vandalising it.
Oh, okay then, Stuart.
And that includes putting pages onto watch as well, so that I see when they change and the ones that I'm interested in.
And so, which ones are you interested in?
Oh well, actually, I got a really bad nerdy thing to admit to, and that's that I've created a big page about Triple M Melbourne.
Oh.
And so I've dug into the whole history and that, and and brought up old things like M1 and all those sort of things, and put it on the history of that. So.
Oh wow! So you'd have a bit of Santo Chilaro's Hoon Advisor segment. That was a big part of Triple M. Melbourne.
Well done,
weird.
sir. May I ask you, please, just thank you very much for the call, but please turn a blind eye to people, vandalising Marsland's page.
Do you know that people
Clean it up for me? That'd be nice.
Do you know that people have been faithfully vandalising the Carl Stevanovic's page for you, though?
Oh,
if you
yes.
check out the history of it, you can easily see it.
All right, I will.
I understand that for a couple of weeks there was a picture of R2-D2.
with his face on it. Thank you, Stuart. Hello, Joel.
Hey, how you going, Ed?
Good, mate. Dobbin the nerd.
Yeah, it's a mate of mine. He plays that Microsoft Flight Simulator game so much
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
that he's actually convinced he can actually fly a plane.
Oh.
It's because because when you go into the cockpit of a 747, they've just got a joystick and a keyboard
Oh,
there.
look.
You know what I
that's
mean?
it. And you can just imagine him there, sitting there in a pilot's uniform at home, trying to play a game with something, I don't know.
Oh, it's a great idea for a Bucks party, mate.
Yeah.
You hire him to biplane, see how he goes.
Does he play Mario and then claim he's a really good plumber? No.
Thank you, Joel.
That's the ending of Snakes on a Plane. The main character has to land the plane, but he's been playing this flight simulator.
Oh, really?
And of
mate.
course, Richard Marsden has seen Snakes on the Plane.
Well done.
Give
Yeah,
yourself
and
the Sonic
Rick
action figure, buddy.
All right. Hello, Nick.
Hello.
Oh, Dobbin the nerd, my friend.
Well, I've got a rainbow colour-coded wardrobe from red through violet.
And how many items in the violet category, bro?
About 5.
Yeah. Well done.
And where would you, showcase this ensemble?
Well, it's all in my bedroom, so no one ever sees it.
There we
So
go.
we're certainly finding out about the obsessive-compulsive ingredient to nerddom today.
Yeah. Thank you, Nick. An album for you. Finally, Mike. Mike, Dobbin in a nerd, my friend.
The nerd is myself.
Oh, good on you.
At my year 12 formal, I gave the opening address in Klingon.
Oh, that's a top one. Bloody awesome.
And did you pick up?
No.
Oh, I don't think we'll ever top that.
That was the keynote address in Elven.
And how did it go?
It went down. No one understood it.
Yeah.
Right, there must have been
like it.
a pocket of Klingons up the back applauding.
Applauding and sort of correcting you on your grammar.
Hey, how old are you, Mike?
I'm 21.
My friend. Just be prepared for the rest of your 20s to just see guys walking off with attractive women in the distance, all right?
Yeah.
As you're lighting up for a movie by yourself. And enjoy it, brother!
There are hot girls that hang out with nerds, but they all tend to be a little bit drunk on the power. So watch out for that.
All right, it's time to get out of here. Every nerd who called us gets a
Thank
copy
you, everyone.
of Illegal Download. Scott Tripod have 2 fabulous albums out. Well, firstly, there's Songs from Self-Sourcing.
That's right.
That's a live album.
Out in shops.
Then there's Perfectly Good Songs, which is a vanity project.
It's a vanity project. You can only get that on the website.
Our key phrase today, I think, was simply... Get this. Weekdays on the Triple M Network and KOFM in Newcastle.